As usual, please do not watch the video until you've honestly tried it, or at least read it through. So this constructed response contains a box and whisker plot. That's a very common thing on the keystones, okay? But in case you were wondering what the music was in the background, that's Into the West instrumental from Lord of the Rings, if you can hear that. But box and whisker plots. Almost a guarantee that there's going to be a box and whisker plot question, or I would say even more than one question based on a box and whisker plot. So quick review, again, I want these videos to be very thorough. You would make a box and whisker plot from a list of data, okay? And it looks like this one was made from like a list of basketball player heights, okay? Now, in order to construct this plot, you're going to need to know the absolute lowest height in the list, and that is where this whisker lines up with, okay? So I guess maybe I'll just start by saying, like, let me just look at it if you want to think about why it's called a box and whisker plot, because we have a box, the rectangular part of it, and then these whiskers coming off like single whiskers on a cat or something. But anyway, let's get back on track, or get back to the numbers and such. So the whisker over here goes all the way out to 72 because this is always going to go to the lowest number in the data set. And likewise, this other whisker goes all the way out to 86. That's always going to go to the highest value in the data set. Now, the line you see in the box will always need to line up with the overall median. Okay, and maybe I'll start writing this kind of stuff down. So that line is going to be the median. Okay, actually, I kind of want to put my marker on a different setting for this one. So this line is going to be the median, so that means 78. The left edge of the box is actually going to line up with the lower median, okay? The lower median, which can also be called the lower quartile, which can also be called the first quartile. In order to find the first quartile, or lower median, or lower quartile, all you do is you consider the lower half of the data. So if you just talked about the lower half of the data, everything to the left of your median, and just found the median of that, then that would be the lower median or lower quartile or first quartile. Likewise, the right edge of the box, that's going to be your upper quartile or your upper median, or in other words, your third quartile. Okay? So it looks like, and that would be if you only looked at the upper half of the numbers in your data set and only found the median of those numbers, it looks like you'd get 83. So again, this whisker should always reach out and go all the way to the lowest number in the whole data set. The right whisker will always extend out to the highest number in the data set. The left edge of the box will be the median of just the lower half of the data. The right edge of the box will be the median of just the upper half, and the line in the box is the overall median, okay? Now part A asks, based on the two data displays, what is the range of the heights? Well, the range, you should know, is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value. It's like our heights range from what to what? Well, all you'd have to do there is go like 86 minus 72, with 86 being the highest, 72 being the lowest. To find the overall range, you have to subtract those. And so, okay, I'm putting myself on the spot here. 86 minus 72. That should be 14. If you're not sure, you should always go to your calculator. And I think I'm right. 86 minus 72 should be 14. And that's the range. So you can totally see the range in a box whisker plot because all you need is the highest and the lowest so you can subtract them. Part B talks about this thing called the interquartile range. If you have to pause it for a second, but think about it. Do you know what the interquartile range is? You should know that going into the keystone. So, well, if you've had a chance to think about it already, interquartile range, people, it does have the word range in it. So guess what? It is a range. Okay, it's a type of range. It's not the entire range. It's just an interquartile range. Well, here's what you do. You think of it as like 83 being the upper quartile or third quartile, 77 being the lower quartile or first quartile. So we're going to subtract those. So like I said, the interquartile range, it is a type of range, but it's just the range within the quartile. So 83 minus 77, that's going to be 14, right? No. That's going to be 6. What was I thinking? 83 minus 77 is 6, right? Yeah. That better be right. So that's the interquartile range. And we'll do part C and part D in another video.